Hi, my name is Corey Reeser, and this is the screencast for my project-based quest assignment. As you can see, the project I've selected for this PBQ is the Stock Performance Project. By typing in this website address into the URL portion, it will bring you to this Google Sites website. I'm doing 12th grade economics, and I've chosen to do a stock performance project in which the students will be required to measure stock performance over a period of time. And when you bring up the Google site, it'll initially bring you to the teacher page. As you can see through here, the teacher page basically provides an outline of the goals and requirements for this project assignment for the students, and it provides background on why the project was created. It also lists off the Common Core standards for the California Content Standard, California ELD Standard, and California ELA Standard. And as I said previously, these address the Common Core standards for 12th grade economics and reading. So basically the student can look at this teacher page and or the parent as well, and kind of formulate an understanding of why the students will be conducting this project. So once they read through that, they'll be required to go to the directions and materials portion. This basically outlines the entirety of the project, and it lists off what the requirements will be for each project. And as you can see, the students will be given $50,000. I will go over the roles in the project. There are 4. That's why it's preferable that each group has 4 individuals. The directions portion outlines, like I said, the requirements for each individual and what's going to be expected of them throughout this 8-week period. Down here you can see the in-class group presentation. This basically requires the students to use all the cumulative data they have over the 8-week period and create a PowerPoint Prezi or some other visual presentation and communicate the data that they have received over this 8-week period in a way that's understandable for the rest of the class. And as I said, this is supposed to mimic an annual and quarterly stock report that a stock and broker would give to an investor. And down here, the material section, the students will be using Yahoo Finance to track the progress of their investments. And there's a Yahoo Finance tutorial. I provided the link here. I also provided a link to Bloomberg stock analysis. This provides the student another outlet to receive their stock information. They'll be required to use PowerPoint Prezi or some other visual aid in order to communicate their cumulative data in the group presentation portion. The students know how to use Microsoft Excel and will be required to submit an Excel chart spreadsheet which will communicate their economic data over the 8-week period. They'll also be required to submit an investment portfolio. This can either be hard copy or electronically. This will basically contain their 8-week stock reports along with the final stock report, along with an analysis of how their stock performed week to week and over the cumulative 8-week period. And that encompasses the stock analysis portion. So the students will they'll go to the roles section. The roles section describes you have the investor whose responsibility is to purchase stock with $50,000. You have the stockbroker or brokers, there can be more than one. Their responsibility is to use the information from the investment analyst and the portfolio manager in order to sell stock to the investor, or they basically make recommendations to the investor, and they have a vested interest in how that stock performs because they are also paid if the stock performs well. You have the investment analyst. They'll be required to research the best stocks to buy. They'll supply the stockbroker with a list of 8 stocks for the investor to choose from with the $50,000 they are given. You have the portfolio manager, who is responsible for providing the weekly and final stock reports, along with collaborating with the investment analyst and stockbroker and investor in order to communicate the investment data at that current time. So going back up, so you have the roles, you have the student tasks. This section basically gives the students an overview and some background information on what the requirements will be for the duration of the 8-week project. It gives a brief overview of what I will be expecting from the students, so they can click on this task form just to see what the requirements are. The evaluation portion has the grading rubric. As you can see below, all of the things that the students will be graded on individually for this project. Elements such as participation will be assessed over a longer period of time, but it will be calculated into the final score. And the students can use this in order to assess their own status in this project assignment. And then you have the conclusion portion, which basically gives a wrap-up of the project and provides reasonings for why this project is important in the field of economics. The students can also use a sitemap in order to navigate throughout this website and all of the links that are provided. Now, this is the stock performance project that I have created for my project-based quest, and this is Corey Research.